Hi guys, it's Miss Coley, just here to say hello. I hope you had a wonderful weekend with your family. Hope you guys are safe and sound and getting some time to, breathe some fresh air safely, of course. Play some games, maybe laugh a little bit. Please take care of yourselves. I just wanted to show you this week's plan. So this week we're continuing our novel project, and I've got the novel project calendar here on the slide. Last week we did the special effects image and language. That's due today, so get that posted today. I know that one was challenging. Hopefully you got through it. Thanks for working so hard and figuring these things out without me being there. Today I have another similar sheet. This one's challenging too because, of course, it's grammar, and grammar is hard for a lot of us. So that one's going to be due next Monday. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. I wanted to also point out that we have some meetings. I scheduled 3 meetings this week just because Wednesday is Earth Day. So I'm hoping you're getting a chance to, look out the window, at least look at some nature. Watch a nature documentary, maybe. Go outside if you can with social distance, of course. Breathe some fresh air. Look at the trees, or try to find some nature wherever you are. You can look up at the sky. These are all interesting things to do. And really just breathing and being in nature and being quiet for a minute about technology. That really helps. And it helps us to admire and appreciate nature, especially since we're cooped up in our houses. It's nice to remember that there's the nature's right out there, right outside our doors, if we look for it. So I did a meeting tomorrow. I did do a meeting today because today's kind of a busy, crazy day, and I figured you can get your bearings today. So I think we're going to start meeting Tuesdays at 11. And they're optional. These meetings are optional, but I'd love to see your faces. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Wednesday, special meeting for Earth Day at 1 p.m. And I think we'll read some poetry and just kind of hang out, maybe watch some nature videos. And then Thursday, April 23rd at 2 p.m. Join us if you want. We would love to see you. And again, if you need help, send me a text and remind, or request an office hours meeting. Go under WebEx in Canvas. So here's the assignment for this week, the big one. It's called Special Effects Grammar Techniques. And one thing you'll want to do is go into the MYP resources module in Canvas, and it has a bunch of really good resources in there. One of them is called Elements of Syntax, I think it's called. And that's one we've used before, but you might want to get back into that section to understand what to do here. Here we're doing something similar as we did before. You're going to look in your text, find some interesting passages to analyze. When you find some interesting passages, the first thing you're going to do is look for some phrases. Phrases, remember, are sets of words that are missing either subject material or verb material. They do not have both. They cannot stand alone under any circumstance. Different kinds of phrases, you'll find noun phrases, verb phrases, adjective and adverb phrases. The ones we've looked at most often are participial and prepositional phrases. The appositive is in there on that sheet, and the absolute. We haven't had a chance to cover the absolute much this year. We were going to do that this quarter, but so see what you can find. The easiest to find are participial ing phrases and prepositional phrases. Look that up. You're going to find the example, quote it here, and then tell us what the impact of meaning. So you're going to decide why the author chose to include that grammar technique or structure. What is the impact on the sentence, on the meaning of the section? What does it do, in other words? Same here for clauses. You're going to look for some independent, dependent clauses, noun clauses, relative. And if you don't know what these 3 are, that's okay. Stick with these. Find an independent clause to analyze or a dependent clause, and tell us what's the effect of using a full clause with the subject and a verb. Vivid verbs. In your section, do you notice any interesting vivid verbs that the author used? Profile those here in quotation marks and then tell us what the impact is on the meaning. Punctuation for effect. How does the author use punctuation to shape meaning? So if you see some interesting punctuation structures, like the author's use of, a question mark here, hyphen, any kind of interesting punctuation that you see, profile it here and tell me what the impact on meaning is. Brush strokes. Now, we haven't really done these. We're going to do these fourth quarter. But this is if you see any of these interesting structures, which we've already covered a little bit up at the top. But if you see a participle, a noun absolute, another set of vivid verbs, adjectives out of order, or positives, list those here. And then say the effect on meaning. This one, I think parallel structure. That's one we've looked at a few times. Look at how the author might use parallel structure to create meaning. So profile those here and a quick explanation there. Also, any other special structures, other things you notice that don't fit into the other categories. So choose seamless quotation integration, inversions, where the author switches the order of a sentence, maybe putting the verb first or the noun first and then the adjective, something like that. Make sure to label the structure you find. And then say the effect on meaning. So this is a kind of a challenging piece, but any kind of insight into why the author chose certain structures of sentences, that's what we're looking for, and the impact on meaning. This gets you to think about author choice and style and how that impacts how you understand the text. So this one's probably a pretty hard one. If you need help, please join us in a meeting. I'd love to help. So that's that one. The second one is kind of I think a fun one. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Wednesday is Earth Day. Yay! So I would like you to connect with nature this week. Write a poem inspired by a natural scene. And I have one from Emily Dickinson, a poem just for inspiration called A Bird Came Down the Walk. And I have here, during this tough time, I know stress and worry can overtake us, and you've got to really pay attention to how you feel. If you've been inside for a long time, if there's some stress going on in your life, take a minute and look out a window if you can, watch a nature video. If you can, get out of the house to take a walk, breathe some fresh air, and take care of yourself. When I was a teenager, I would do this all the time. I would get my Walkman out, put on my favorite mixtape, and I would walk for a very long way, sometimes miles at a time, just to kind of work things out in my mind. And I understand that's harder these days because we're supposed to stay in our houses, but see if you can catch a minute to at least sort of take yourself someplace virtually. Nature's a really calming presence in our lives, and I hope you, like I, appreciate what it adds to our lives. So take a minute, go outside if you can, otherwise look out a window or even watch our CBS Sunday morning nature scenes. Then I want you to write a poem to celebrate what you see and share it with someone special. You can share it with us in the meetings, one of the meetings. I would love to hear it. I also would like you to share it with someone in your life via a FaceTime or even text it to someone, read it to someone in your family, in your house. That would be great. You can even post it on social media. Sharing these kinds of ideas it's really special. It can be a short poem. It can be a haiku. It can be some kind of longer poem, a free verse, whatever's interesting to you. I'd love to see what you create. And don't forget to, watch out for Mother Nature this week and all weeks, hopefully. She definitely watches out for us, I think. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Please send me a meeting if you'd like to meet just one-on-one. Go under WebEx, Cisco WebEx and Canvas, and choose an office hours meeting. I'd be glad to meet with you to help you with anything and everything, or if you just need a friendly face, reach out to me, please. And take care of yourself. I miss you guys so much. I feel very emotional about not seeing you here in the end. But I'm hoping next year when you're a sophomore, we'll see each other in the halls. Come by and see me. And I feel like we got cheated out of a quarter, our final quarter, but there's always time to make up for it. And I hope you stop by to say hi. I'll definitely try to seek you guys out next year. And that's all I've got for you today. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. You know, pay attention to how everybody's feeling. And, you know, reach out and give them a smile. That sometimes makes somebody's day turn all the way around. So, all right, guys. See you later. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.